Hi, I have with me today Paul Harlington, Group Procurement Director at TUI GROUP and a leading global mental health expert. Welcome Paul back to India yet again after such a long gap.
Thank you.
How was it taking a long haul flight after such a long gap introduced by the pandemic?
I have to say it was surprisingly normal. There was more paperwork to take with me, but apart from that, the experience was very, very familiar. The only difference really was wearing a mask on the flight, and that made it harder to sleep, and for me impossible to sleep on the flight. So I was a bit more tired when I got here than I expected. But the airports were starting to get back to normal, and actually I felt very positive about the travel because it felt like a return to normality for me. So a good experience. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Pandemic has been a real difficult experience for people, for businesses across the world. And now that we slowly start coming out of it, it's going to be a completely changed world for businesses and for people. Being a business leader, what are your three key recommendations to the businesses that are now going to start up again post the pandemic period?
Sure. Well, I think the first thing for me is that it's a reset. It's not necessarily a new world, it's a reset, and things will take time to reach new equilibrium. I think for employees and businesses, this whole hybrid working, mixture of home working and office working, will take some time to balance out. A lot of people have missed working in the offices and the collaboration with the teams, but they've also found the flexibility from working from home, being able to avoid the commutes and so on. So finding a balance between the two that's physically and mentally healthy is really important. The second thing I think is re-establishing personal connections. So these face-to-face interactions are so much more powerful than dealing with people over video. And humans are social animals, so mentally we feel much better if we're talking to people in person, and if we've got that physical support network and that emotional support as well. So re-establishing those personal connections all over the world, I think, is really, really important. And the third thing is recognising it's going to take a long time to find the new normal. Things are not going to be exactly the same as before, but I do think we're going to trend back to how we were before. People are going to start travelling more on business again. People are going to want to start coming into the office more. And so we'll find that right balance that works both for businesses and for employees, and that gives us overall happiness and success in the long term.
Absolutely. I think you've just put it in the right way, and this is going to be a behavioral change rather than just coming back to offices. And what has been your experience working with us Dataction through this difficult period of pandemic?
I have to say this support from Dataction has been incredible. Everybody has had their own difficulties during different phases and different waves of the pandemic. TUI was incredibly affected, so was Dataction, but the Dataction team supported us so much in avoiding cash outs, in giving support to our employees while they were on furlough, making up for that lack of resource. So we really couldn't have done what we did to save TUI without the support of Dataction.
Thank you for those kind words. And at Dataction we have the privilege of working with you for over a decade now. Would you recommend Dataction to other organizations?
Absolutely. We wouldn't be working with Dataction for over a decade if you weren't doing something right. But no, for me, Dataction it's large enough to deliver what TUI needs, but it's small enough to care. And I think the key differential is that for Dataction, that the employees really all care about their clients, and that's something that you don't see with every company. So they do go above and beyond what's necessary and really connect with every single team member, and that's something that you don't see very often these days. So that's why we're still working with you, always out here as soon as I can.
It's indeed fills me with pride to hear such good words from you for our team, and I'm sure we will do our best to always stand up to your expectations. So thank you, Paul. Thanks for your time, and We indeed are very much privileged to have you here back again, because it's not just a visit. Your visit to India, visit to Dataction now marks, the reopening for us. It gives us a sense that things are going to be normal again, and we really look forward to doing more business with you in this new normal world that we are living in now. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.